published 0936 EDT, 18 September 2017 updated 0958 EDT, 18 September 2017 Kate Walsh looks like the picture of health when she hits red carpets. But in 2015 she had a medical crisis when she had a brain tumor removed, the Grey's Anatomy star tells Cosmopolitan. "I went in for the MRI, and you know it's serious when they don't even wait. They're like, hey, the radiologist wants to see you." And she starts to say, "Well, it looks like you have a very sizable brain tumor, and I just left my body," the 49-year-old actress revealed. Her health challenge. Kate Walsh had a brain tumor removed in 2015, the Grey's Anatomy star tells Cosmopolitan. "These symptoms came on slowly, and she thought she was just tired. I had been working insane hours, maybe 80 hours a week, and also working out really hard. My Pilates instructor said, 'Hey, your right side is dipping,' and it didn't feel like I was off, but I looked down and could see it." Doing better on Saturday in Beverly Hills at the Women Making History Awards, with Kerry Washington describing her horror. "I started having more cognitive difficulties. It felt like aphasia, but it wasn't just not being able to find words. Then when I was driving, I started swerving into the right lane. The exhaustion got to the point where I could drink 5 cups of coffee and still not feel awake or clear. And then around April, I started having more cognitive difficulties. It felt like aphasia, but it wasn't just not being able to find words. I would lose my train of thought. I wasn't able to finish sentences, and that was when I got really alarmed." When the doctor told her what was wrong with her, she was shocked. "The words brain tumor were never in my zeitgeist. My assistant had driven me to my doctor's appointment, and I had to go get her so that she could take notes because I was gone. It was never anything I would have imagined." She then took 9 months off. She played a doctor on TV with Tim Daly on Private Practice in 2007. "When I came back, I hit it hard. I shot a film called Self that's just going to Toronto now. I shot Girls Trip. I shot 13 Reasons Why. I did a play in New York last year, so it was great. Once I was back, I was really back." Those cliché, existential things do happen when you have a brain tumor, like how do I really want to spend my time? I want to be with my friends and family and work on projects that are hugely important to me and fun and that make a cultural contribution. But my health comes first. She has changed her lifestyle. "In my business, it's not unusual to be working 17-hour days, so it can be really challenging. But now I know I absolutely need 7 or 8 hours of sleep." As basic as that sounds, it was a huge part of my recovery. Turns out playing a doctor did not prepare her. You'd think that, after playing Dr. Addison for the better part of a decade, where I spent more time on a hospital set than at my house, that I would feel somehow more comfortable, but I was such a little scaredy cat. In the hospital, I felt like I might as well be 6 years old. My mother gave me rosary beads, my friend gave me a stuffed animal to go into surgery with. I played a real bada on TV, but when it comes to being a patient, it's such a vulnerable experience. At work on the set of Private Practice in 2012, she said, "I played a real bada on TV, but when it comes to being a patient, it's such a vulnerable experience." She has learned how important it is to see a doctor. We're also socialized to try to self-diagnose, like I'll change my workout, I'll change my diet. I'm very proactive and willful and independent, and in the past, even though I played a doctor on TV for years, I was not one to go see doctors very often, other than for my annual OB/GYN appointment. So for me, it was a really big wake-up call to do annual checkups. We should go get a checkup the same way we go to the gym, just preventatively, instead of waiting for something to go wrong. A role of a lifetime in a scene with Paul Edelstein on Private Practice in 2007. She felt the need to talk out to warn women. "This was a very private experience for me. I really didn't want to talk about it, I wanted it to be mine, but I knew that someday I would want to share it. One of the most interesting things for me about this diagnosis was that this tumor is twice as common in women as men. It can be especially hard for women to take time out for their health, You're mothers, you're career women, you're spinning all of these plates, and it's hard sometimes to hand over the superwoman cape and ask for help. When the Cigna campaign came along, I thought it was a perfect marriage. I loved the humor of the storytelling, poking fun at TV doctors, and it was a way for me to talk about my own personal experience and be of service to others.